Most people have no idea what perks their employer actually offers. You sign up on day one, somebody walked you through health insurance and your 401k, but you never logged into that benefits portal again. But buried in there might be some genuinely valuable stuff. Let's go through some of the perks you should check for. Tuition reimbursement or continuing education. A lot of companies will pay you to take classes, get certifications, or even pursue a degree. We're talking thousands of dollars. You're listening to Everyone's Talking Money, the show that's all about making life richer. Whether you're here to crush debt, build wealth, or finally feel in control of your cash, you are in the right place. You know what's more stressful than picking a holiday gift for your in-laws? Open enrollment season. Seriously, you get that email from HR. Subject line, important. Your 2026 benefit election period is now open. And suddenly, you're staring at PDFs with names like summary plan description and evidence of coverage. Your eyes glaze over. You think, I'll deal with this later. And then December 31st hits like a freight train, and you realize you just left money on the table again. You're listening to Everyone's Talking Money, the show that's all about making life richer, from your bank account to your mindset and everything in between. Whether you're here to crush debt, build wealth, or finally get in control of your cash, you are in the right place. Let's dive in and get you living life on your terms. You are one conversation closer to financial freedom. But here's the thing. Buried inside that boring HR email might be thousands of dollars in benefits you're already paying for, but not using. Money that could be covering your glasses, Invisalign because you stopped wearing your retainer 20 years ago, or building a tax-free retirement account while you sleep. Today, we're talking about benefits, bonuses, and the easy money you're already earning, but might accidentally be ignoring. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do before the year ends so you can claim every dollar you've got coming. This is episode 3 of Smart Money Moves Before Year End. Let's get into it. All right, let's start with a little truth bomb. Most of us are leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single year. And I'm not talking about finding a 20 in your coat pocket from last winter, which that is awesome when that happens. I'm talking about real, substantial benefits that are literally part of your compensation package. Here's a stat that will make you wince. Americans collectively leave billions, that's with a B, in employee benefits unused every year. We're talking FSA balances that expire, employer matches that never get claimed, tuition reimbursement programs that go untouched, and health benefits that could have saved us money, but we never switched plans. And I get it. Open enrollment feels like homework. You're busy. You've got actual work to do. And now HR wants you to make medical decisions comparing copays and deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums. It's overwhelming. But here's the mindset shift I need you to make right now. These benefits are part of your paycheck. Think about it. When you negotiated your salary or accepted your job offer, your total compensation included your base pay and your benefits package. That health insurance, that's worth thousands. That 401k match, that's real money. We know this already, right? That FSA contribution, you're already paying for it with pre-tax dollars. So when you rush through open enrollment and just click same as last year, or when you let your FSA balance expire, you're essentially giving yourself a pay cut. You're working hard for benefits that aren't working hard for you. And here's what makes this even more urgent. We're in November. That means open enrollment is either happening right now or just wrapped up for most companies. And December 31st is the deadline for a bunch of use it or lose it perks. So today, we're going to walk through 5 smart money moves you can make before year end to squeeze every ounce of the value out of your benefits. We're talking health plans, savings accounts, bonuses, insurance, and those hidden perks you forgot existed. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear action plan. No more guessing. No more leaving money on the table. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Smart move number 1, review your health dental and vision plans. I know, it's the least sexy topic in personal finance, and really personal finance doesn't have many sexy topics to begin with. But stick with me, because this one decision can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars next year. Here's the deal. Open enrollment typically runs from October through December, and this is your one shot all year to make changes to your health coverage. Miss this window, and you're locked in until next year, unless you're having a qualifying life event like getting married or having a baby. So let's talk about what you actually need to review. First up, don't default to same plan as last year. I see this all the time. People just click the auto renew button without even looking at what changed. Because here's what you might be missing. Premiums go up, coverage changes, your health needs evolve, or maybe your company added a new plan option that's way better for your situation. Take 10 minutes, literally just 10 minutes, and compare your options side by side. Here's how to think about it. If you're generally healthy and don't go to the doctor much, a high deductible health plan paired with an HSA might be your best bet. Yes, the deductible is higher, but your monthly premiums are lower and you get access to that sweet, sweet HSA tax advantage we're going to talk about in 1 minute. A couple of years ago, I personally made the switch to a high deductible health plan, and I frankly am never looking back. I used to do the FSA. Now we have an HSA. It's fantastic. I love the idea of the triple tax benefit. And yeah, you do pay a lot at the beginning of the year as you're going to your doctor's visits, therapy visits, chiropractor appointments, all of that stuff. But then I notice come the middle of the year, my copays just drop down to nothing. For some prescriptions, I pay like 30 cents. It's crazy. So I made that change after many, many years of just doing, yep, renew, same as last year. On the flip side, if you have regular prescriptions, ongoing treatments, or you know you're going to hit your deductible anyway, maybe you're planning a surgery or you're pregnant, then a PPO or lower deductible plan might actually save you money overall, even with the higher premiums. Here's the math you need to do. Look at your total medical spending from this year. Pull up your EOBs. That's explanation of benefits. Or just check your credit card statements for copays, prescriptions, or anything else medical. Add it up. Now compare it to what you'd pay under each plan option your employer offers. Factor in monthly premiums, deductibles, out-of-pocket maximum, and copays for services you actually use. Most HR portals have a calculator tool that'll do this for you. Use it. This is literally free money we're talking about. Now for dental and vision. These are usually cheaper and more straightforward, but don't skip them. If you know you need glasses or contacts next year, vision insurance usually pays for itself. Same with dental. If you've been putting off a crown or you've got kids who need braces, make sure you've got solid coverage. But here's a pro tip. If you have perfect teeth, no cavities, and you're just going for cleanings twice a year, sometimes it's actually cheaper to skip dental insurance and just pay out of pocket. That may sound like really risky in case you do have a dental emergency that year, but it is an option. So do the math and think about it. So here's the action step for you. Before this week is over, log into your benefits portal. Compare this year's actual medical spending to your deductible and premiums. Then look at your 2026 options and pick the plan that actually fits your life right now, not your life 3 years ago when you first signed up. Optimizing your health plan is genuinely one of the easiest ways to free up monthly cash flow. And cash flow is what gives you options in life. Now, I'm going to pause for a second, and I'd like you to do me a favor. Forward this episode to your colleague, coworker that you're talking about benefits with. I'm sure there's someone in your life that you have said the words open enrollment to recently. Send over this episode if they also need to get their butt into gear and review their benefits and not make the same mistakes for next year when it comes to their employer-sponsored benefits. All right, smart move number 2. FSA versus HSA. Know the difference and don't leave money on the table. This is where people get really confused, and I don't blame them because acronyms are annoyingly similar and all too prevalent when it comes to finance. But understanding these two accounts can literally change your financial life. So let's break it down in plain English. First, we have the FSA, Flexible Spending Account. This is your use it or lose it account. You decide at the beginning of the year how much you want to contribute. Let's say $2,000. That money comes out of your paycheck pre-tax, which is great because it lowers your taxable income. But here's the catch. You have to spend it by December 31st or you lose it. Some plans have a grace period into March, or they'll let you roll over $500 or so, but the general rule is spend it or it's gone. So if you've got an FSA right now, like today, you need to check your balance. Log in, see what you've got left, because we're in November and you've got about 6 weeks to spend that money on eligible expenses. So you're probably wondering, what counts as an FSA eligible expense? Like way more than you ever would think. We're talking prescription medications and over the counter medications, glasses, contacts, eye exams, dental work, cleanings, fillings, crowns, copays and deductibles, first aid supplies, sunscreen. Yes, really, sunscreen. Feminine hygiene products, thermometers, blood pressure monitors, band aids, even some stuff like acupuncture and chiropractic care. There are websites like FSAstore.com where you can just shop for eligible items. Stock up on those Band-Aids, get new glasses, schedule that dental appointment you've been putting off. Don't let that money evaporate. Now, let's talk HSA, Health Savings Account. This is the account that changed the game for me personally, and I genuinely think it's one of the most underrated tools in personal finance. An HSA is what I call the triple threat of tax benefits. One, tax deductible contributions. The money goes in pre-tax, lowering your taxable income. Two, tax-free growth. You can invest this money and it grows without being taxed. Three, tax-free withdrawals. As long as you use it for qualified medical expenses, you never pay taxes on it. It's the only account in existence with this triple tax advantage. Your 401k doesn't have this. Your IRA doesn't have this. Your Roth IRA doesn't have this, but your HSA does. But here's the catch. You can only contribute to an HSA if you're enrolled in a high deductible health plan. That's the trade-off. Higher deductible, but you get access to the HSA. And unlike an FSA, your HSA money rolls over every single year. It's yours forever. So you don't have that December 31st deadline of use it or lose it. You can let it build up. You can invest it. And here's the kicker. After age 65, you can withdraw it for anything, not just medical expenses. It basically becomes another retirement account, but better because of those tax benefits. The contribution limits for 2025 are $4,300 for individuals, $1,550 for families, plus an extra $1,000 if you're 55 or older. If you're eligible for an HSA and you're not maxing it out, you're leaving one of the best tax shelters on the table. Here's how to think about it strategically. If you can afford to, pay for your current medical expenses out of pocket and let your HSA grow invested for the future. This thing can be a retirement healthcare fund that grows tax-free for decades. I know people who have been maxing out their HSAs for 10 years and now have 6 figures sitting there invested and growing, ready to cover medical expenses in retirement, or frankly, any expense once they're older than 65. So here's your action step for this segment. 2 things. 1, if you have an FSA, check your balance right now and make a plan to spend it before December 31st. Schedule appointments, order supplies, get those new glasses. 2, if you're eligible for an HSA, set your 2026 contributions to max it out if you can. And if you've got money sitting in your HSA already, look into investing it instead of leaving it in cash, earning nothing. This is hands down one of the smartest money moves you can make. Smart move number 3, plan your bonus before it hits. All right, if you're expecting a year-end bonus, first of all, congratulations. You've worked hard for that. You deserve to feel excited. But here's where most people go wrong. They get that bonus deposit notification. They see a big number in their checking account, and suddenly it's 3 months later and they have no idea where the money went. It just evaporated into dinners out, random Amazon purchases, maybe even a weekend trip. And listen, I'm not here to tell you to not enjoy your money, but I am here to tell you that your bonus isn't a windfall. It's an opportunity. Here is the mindset shift. Your bonus is part of your compensation. It's not magical money from the sky. It's income you earned. And just like your regular paycheck, it deserves a plan. The mistake people make is treating bonuses differently than regular income. They think, oh, this is extra, so I can just blow it. I can use it. I can treat myself. But wealthy people don't think that way. They see a bonus and immediately think, how can this money work for me long term? Here's my split strategy, and you can adjust the percentages to fit your life. 50% save or invest, 30% debt payoff, 20% enjoy guilt-free. So let's break that down. One, if you're getting a bonus, it's already being cut because of taxes and retirement contributions. So what you thought you were getting is not really what's ending up hitting your bank account. So always take that in mind. But let's break down this strategy so you can still enjoy the money that you received, but also have it work for you in a way that makes sense and helps your future self. First, 50% to savings or investing means you're actually moving your financial life forward. This could go into maxing out your Roth IRA for the year, boosting your emergency fund to a full 6 months, opening or adding to a brokerage account, putting a down payment on a financial goal. If you get a $10,000 bonus after taxes and save half, that's $5,000 working for you. Investing in the market, averaging 10% annually, that's $13,000 in 10 years without you lifting a finger. 30% to debt means you're attacking the things holding you back. High interest credit card debt, student loans, car payment. Take a chunk of that bonus and make a real dent. Here's why this matters. If you've got a credit card charging you 22% interest, paying that off is like getting a guaranteed 22% return. You're not going to find that in the stock market. And then 20% to enjoy guilt-free. This is important. You've got to live a little. Take your partner out to a nice dinner. Buy that thing you've been eyeing. Book a weekend getaway. Have a girls' night. Whatever brings you joy. The key word here is guilt-free. Because you've already allocated the other 80% responsibly, you get to enjoy this part without the nagging voice in your head saying you should have been more responsible. I mentioned taxes, but now let's talk about them real quick. Your bonus is going to be taxed. This part sucks. It's withheld at a higher rate than your regular paycheck. The IRS treats bonuses as supplemental income. So your employer might withhold 22% federally, plus state tax, plus Social Security and Medicare. Talk about a wallop. So do the math before you spend. If you're getting a $10,000 bonus, your actual take home might be closer to $7,000. Plan around that net number, not the gross. Here's the action step that'll change everything. Before your bonus hits your account, like right now, today, decide your plan. Write it down. Put percentages on it. Open the accounts you need to open. Your money needs to have a plan before you receive it, because once that money's sitting in your checking account, it becomes real in a way that makes it so much harder to allocate properly. You'll see that balance and your brain will start spending it. But if you've already decided, okay, $5,000 goes to my Roth IRA, $3,000 goes to my credit card, and $2,000 is for that weekend in the mountains, then when the money hits, you just execute the plan. No willpower required. Here's your action step for this segment. Create your bonus plan right now, even if it's just rough percentages on a napkin. Write down where every dollar is going before it shows up in your account. Your future self, the one who's debt-free, has a fat investment account, and also got to enjoy life along the way, is going to thank you. Okay, smart move number 4. Give your insurance coverage a checkup. I know. We talked about insurance back in episode 1, but we need to go deeper here, especially when it comes to your employer benefits, because year end is the perfect time to make sure you're actually protected. So let's start with the big one, life insurance. Most employers offer life insurance as a benefit, usually one times your annual salary. So if you make $80,000, you've got $80,000 in coverage automatically. Here's the question you need to ask yourself. Is that enough? If you got a spouse, kids, a mortgage, or anyone who depends on your income, one times your salary is probably not going to cut it. The general rule is you want coverage equal to 10 to 12 times your annual income. The good news, your employer usually lets you buy additional coverage during open enrollment at group rates, which could be cheaper than going out and getting an individual policy. You might be able to add another 3 to 5 times your salary for just a few dollars a month. Now, there is a debate about whether you should get life insurance through your employer or get a separate term policy. The benefit of the employer coverage is that it's cheap and easy. The downside is that you lose it if you leave your job. And also, if something were to happen and you become uninsurable for one reason or another, and you don't have your own insurance policy outside of your employer, you may never be able to get it. My take, if you're young and healthy, get a 20 or 30-year term policy on your own so you're covered no matter what happens with your job. But if your employer is offering cheap supplemental coverage, it doesn't hurt to stack it while you're there. No one's ever going to say, man, I wish I had more insurance. They only regret it when they don't have enough. Next up, disability insurance. This is coverage nobody thinks about until it's too late. Here's the stat that should wake you up. You are more likely to become disabled during your working years than you are to die. Think about it. If you couldn't work for 6 months because of an injury or illness, could you survive financially? Most people can't. Your employer probably offers short-term and long-term disability insurance. Short-term usually covers you for 3 to 6 months, paying a percentage of your salary. Long-term kicks in after that and can last for years. Check what your employer offers as a default. It might only be 50 or 60% of your income. Can you survive off of 50 or 60% of your income? You might want to buy additional coverage that gets you up to that 70 or 80%. This is income protection, and it's one of the most important types of insurance you can have, especially if you're the primary breadwinner or sole breadwinner of your household. Now let's talk auto, home, and renter's insurance. If you haven't requoted your insurance in the last couple of years, there's a good chance you're overpaying. Insurance rates have been jumping like crazy. Some people saw their premiums go up 20, 30, even 40% when they renewed. But here's the thing. Insurance companies bet on your inertia. They're counting on you to not shop around. Don't give them that satisfaction. Before year end, get 3 quotes from different companies. Use an independent broker who can shop multiple carriers for you. Or go online and spend 20 minutes getting quotes yourself. Personally, this is something that has been way overdue for me. So I need to take my own advice and spend 20 minutes pulling quotes myself. You might find when you do this, you can get the same coverage for way less, or you might realize you're underinsured and need to bump up your limits. Also, check if you qualify for any discounts you're not getting. Bundling home and auto, going paperless, having a security system, good credit, whatever. These things add up. Here's the emotional piece that I think matters. Insurance feels like this annoying monthly bill that you never get anything back from. But insurance is actually the safety net that keeps your financial goals intact. Think about it. You could be crushing it, building wealth, investing, saving, and then one unexpected event wipes it all out because you didn't have the right coverage. That's heartbreaking. Insurance isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being smart enough to protect everything you're building. So here's your action step for this segment. Pick one policy to review before December 31st. Just one. Maybe it's adding life insurance through your employer. Maybe it's finally getting that disability coverage. Maybe it's re-quoting your auto insurance. Pick one and handle it. You'll sleep better knowing you're actually protected. All right, here's smart move number 5. Don't ignore the hidden perks. This is where things get fun because most people have no idea what perks their employer actually offers. You sign up on day one, somebody walked you through health insurance and your 401k, but you never logged into that benefits portal again. But buried in there might be some genuinely valuable stuff. Let's go through some of the perks you should check for. Tuition reimbursement or continuing education. A lot of companies will pay you to take classes, get certifications, or even pursue a degree. We're talking thousands of dollars. Are you interested in learning a new skill? Getting a certification that could boost your career? Your employer might literally pay for it. You just have to ask. Gym or wellness stipends. Some companies will reimburse you for gym memberships, fitness classes, or wellness apps. Even if it's $25 or $30 a month, that's $300 to $600 a year you could be getting back. Commuter benefits. If you're paying for public transportation or parking, there's a good chance your employer offers pre-tax commuter benefits. This lets you pay for those expenses with pre-tax dollars, saving you money. Legal aid. Some employers offer legal services as a benefit. Things like will creation, document review, or even consultation for bigger issues. You might be paying for a lawyer out of pocket when your employer already offers this. I have clients that were able to get their will executed for free just because their employer benefit. Pet insurance. Yep. Some companies are even offering discounted pet insurance as a perk. If you've got a dog or cat, this could save you hundreds when something goes wrong. Employee assistant programs or EAPs. This is a big one that people overlook. EAPs usually offer free counseling services, mental health support, financial coaching, even legal advice. It's completely confidential and it's already included in your benefits. If you're dealing with stress, anxiety, financial worries, or just need someone to talk to, your EAP might offer 6 to 8 free therapy sessions. That is incredibly valuable. Cell phone reimbursement. Some employers will reimburse part of your cell phone bill if you use your plan for work. Even if it's $40 a month, that's $480 a year. And here's the kicker. All of these perks are already paid for by your employer. You're not costing them extra money by using them. In fact, they want you to use them because it helps with employee retention and satisfaction. But most people never even check. So here's your action step for this segment. This week, seriously, put it on your calendar, log into your benefits portal and click on that extras or additional benefits tab. Do it while you're drinking your coffee in the morning, just gearing up to get your day started. That extras tab or the additional benefits tab is the one you've probably ignored since your first day. Spend 10 minutes just reading through what's available. You might discover you've been leaving free money or valuable services on the table for years. Even a $25 gym credit or $50 phone reimbursement is free money you've been ignoring. Claim it. All right, let's bring it home. We just covered 5 smart money moves you can make before the year ends to squeeze every dollar out of your benefits. 1, review your health, dental, and vision plans. Don't default to same as last year. Do the math and pick the plan that actually fits your life right now. 2, max out your FSA and HSA. Spend that FSA balance before December 31st. And if you're eligible for an HSA, get those contributions set up for next year. This is one of the best tax shelters available. 3, plan your bonus before it hits your account. Split it up. Save, invest, pay off debt, and enjoy some guilt-free. Don't let it evaporate into nothing. 4, give your insurance coverage a checkup. Make sure you've got enough life insurance, disability insurance, and that you're not overpaying for auto and home. 5, check those hidden employer perks, tuition reimbursement, gym stipends, commuter benefits, legal aid, pet insurance. Your employer is offering you stuff you might not even know about. And here's the empowering takeaway I want to leave you with. You have worked too hard this year to leave benefits on the table. These perks are part of your compensation package. They're part of what you've earned. Don't let them expire. Don't let them go unused. Claim what's already yours. You are not being greedy. You are not being demanding. You're being smart with the resources you already have access to. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing from today's list, just one, and take action on it before December 31st. Maybe it's checking your FSA balance and scheduling a dentist appointment. Maybe it's setting up your HSA contributions for next year. Maybe it's logging into your benefits portal and discovering you have a gym reimbursement you never knew about. Just pick one and do it. Build momentum because small actions compound into big financial wins. And listen, if you've had a big aha moment during this episode, maybe you realized you're leaving a benefit unused or you learned something new about HSAs, I'd love to hear about it. Share it with me on social media at Everyone's Talking Money. I read every message and your wins genuinely make my day. Next time, we're talking about something close to my heart. Giving. How to be generous in a way that feels good, aligns with your values, and still makes financial sense. Because year-end giving isn't just about charity, it's about living a life that reflects what matters to you. Until then, go claim your benefits. You've earned them. This has been Smart Money Moves Before Year End. I'm your host, Shari Rash, and I'll catch you next time.